Dear Liberal friends, welcome to the ALDE Party e-Congress 2021. It's a great shame that we are not able to meet in person again this year, but we hope that soon we can. These congresses are always great events, and before we begin the program, we would like to first thank the Secretary General, Jakob Ramoza Rasmussen, and his team at the ALDE Party Secretariat for their hard work to organize this Congress in these challenging circumstances. Colleagues, we sadly have to start this Congress by paying homage to our great friend and President, Hans van Baalen, who passed away in April. He was just 6 years old and is survived by his wife, Ineke, and son, Robert. He served his country and global liberalism through a long and very distinguished political career. He will be sorely missed. Dear Liberal friends, welcome to the ALDE Party e-Congress 2021. It's a great shame that we are not able to meet in person again this year, but we hope that soon we can. These congresses are always great events, and before we begin the program, we would like to first thank the Secretary General, Jakob Ramoza Rasmussen, and his team at the ALDE Party Secretariat for their hard work to organize this Congress in these challenging circumstances. Colleagues, we sadly have to start this Congress by paying homage to our great friend and President, Hans van Baalen, who passed away in April. He was just 6 years old and is survived by his wife, Ineke, and son, Robert. He served his country in global liberalism through a long and very distinguished political career. He will be sorely missed. Hans was a committed and passionate liberal, and above all, he was a trusted friend. He always had time for everyone to listen to their perspectives and priorities, no matter the time of day. As a member of the European Parliament, as president of Liberal International, as president of ALDE Party, he always sought to bring liberals together. He knew we are stronger together and weaker apart. As we all know, he always said, liberals must unite. Today, we do it in his memory. I therefore call for the greeting from the leader of our group in the European Parliament, Dacian Cioloș, followed by a welcome message of our Executive Vice President of the European Commission, Margrethe Vestager.
Dear friends, like you all, I feel very strange and sad that we opened this Congress without our dear friend Hans. As we just saw in the wonderful tribute, Hans was dedicated to making our liberal family stronger and was tireless in working for our common values. He shaped what we are today. I will be forever grateful to his openness and his dedication to our Renew family. On this day especially, Hans is in our hearts and our minds. So much has changed since the last time I spoke to you in Athens. Our world has come to a standstill because of COVID-19, and it has affected each and every one of us in every aspect of our lives. We are finally seeing some light at the end of the tunnel, but we have suffered a lot collectively and individually. We owe a huge debt of gratitude to our health workers and our scientists, the strong and brave men and women in our agricultural sector, the tireless workers in our supermarket, pharmacies, and in our volunteers. They helped us through our darkest days. Renew Europe has remained determined to find ways that we can, closely together on a European level, overcome the challenge of this health crisis and indeed other crises we face. Our Commissioner Thierry Breton has played a vital role in improving the EU's vaccine rollout plan, and our Commissioner Didier Reynders has delivered on a digital COVID-19 certificate. We have also ensured that there is a European approach to the economic recovery from the pandemic through a decent-sized common investment package that focuses on climate and digital economic growth, but also on the future of young generations. These are tangible examples of how our political family can deliver concrete results for our union and for our citizens. But I believe another crisis which will also test our resolve is all on our doorstep, a democracy crisis. Illiberal democracies are fostering and growing within the borders of our very own union. Despots and tyrants are threatening our way of life and our values. And you know, the Renew family remain more determined than ever to fight to protect our citizens' fundamental rights and improve the life of our fellow Europeans. Last year we fought for and delivered on a rule of law mechanism that will, for the first time in the history, protect European Union funds for those who act against those values on our Union. We have also achieved important results in making our financial union more democratic by successfully pushing for the introduction of new own resources in order to be able to finance the Recovery and Resilience Fund. On migration, we launched a position paper on behalf of the group that will bridge the enormous division between the Council and the Parliament and across the political divide in the European Parliament and tackle the migration crisis with a pragmatic, strict, fair and human European approach. But we still have a long way to go and much still remains to be done in order to have finally an agreement at European level on this very sensitive file. Just a few weeks ago, Renew played a vital role in finalizing an EU climate law, and we are working hard to see that same ambitions is replicated in the Commission plans for this summer. And we are also working closely with our Executive Vice President Margrethe Vestager to ensure that the EU leads in finding a balance between exploiting the opportunities of artificial intelligence technology can offer while also saving and safeguarding EU values. Renew is at the forefront of creating an optimal legal framework for both the digital market and digital services. The conference on the future of Europe is another Renew Europe's vision come to life. And our own Guy Verhofstadt will steer this project, which will fundamentally improve our union's effectiveness and relevance, badly needed to tackle future economic, migration, health, climate and democracy challenges. And you know that this was one of the objectives from the beginning of this mandate, to deliver on this conference, and we are on the path to do that now. The Renew family is fully engaged to renew our union, and it gives me a great pleasure that our ALDE party family are side by side with us in this fight, and we are waiting for your contribution to this project. Dear liberal friends, together with our friends in ALDE Party, Renew Europe will continue to make a positive difference to the lives of our citizens through our values, determinations and hard work. Our strength is in our unity. Thank you for your continued cooperation, dedication, and in the words of our dear friend Hans, in the end, all us liberals, whatever name we call ourselves, we will fight, and fight not for ourselves, but for our citizens.
Dear liberal friends, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak to you in such a message. It's another year where we cannot be together because of the virus. I can assure you that I miss you. I miss seeing you in person, taking selfies with young liberals, discussing over lunch with liberal leaders from all over Europe. I even miss the lobbyists attending our Congress, because you all give some color and personality to Congress hotels that often lack that color and personality. So hopefully next year I'll see you all again. We'll meet in person. It's a profound loss for all of us that Hans van Baalen is not with us anymore. We all miss Hans deeply at this year's Congress and for the many next ALDE events. Hans has given so much to our liberal family, and we owe him to continue his work. And that is what you're doing by now attending this year's online Congress. Our liberal family has a lot to be proud of. We have achieved so much in Europe since we last met in Athens in October 2019. Less than 6 months later, the pandemic turned the world upside down. Europe responded, if not immediately, then quickly and step by step. The member states were, of course, in the front line. In the European part of our democracy, we coordinated, drew up recommendations and guidelines on health, transport, border control, the internal market and trade, and support for businesses. We helped bringing European citizens home when the pandemic first hit. We organized public procurement for personal protective equipment and medical devices. When member states closed borders, we created green lanes so that trucks carrying goods could cross borders quickly. We activated the general escape clause of the Stability and Growth Pact to help the economy. We adopted a temporary framework to allow member states to give more state aid. We secured that essential goods could cross European borders that, all of a sudden, were closed. We supported the development of vaccines and later secured the rollout of millions of vaccines to Europeans and beyond our European continent. We presented Next Generation Europe Fund and a new long-term European budget. And 3 weeks ago, we agreed on the European Digital COVID Certificate. This will allow Europeans to start travelling again, a process that only took a couple of months compared to the usual couple of years. At the same time, we stood up for our core liberal values. In the European Commission, we have tabled stacks of initiatives to improve Europeans' daily lives. With our concrete proposals, we are fighting for the rule of law, for equality and opportunities for all of us, for free and open markets, both in the real and the digital economy, to ensure that the markets can help us recover from the crisis and thrive in the future, for climate action to secure our planet. And we fight against disinformation, against suppression of free speech, discrimination, closure of borders and attack on our free markets. Because one thing is for sure, we must not rebuild the world as we knew it before. We must renew, build better and stronger. Hopefully next year we'll meet in person again, so we can continue our debates about how we can best support and develop the free and social liberal Europe we believe in. I wish you all an excellent e-Congress. Take good care of yourself, of each other, until we meet again.
Dear friends, we now need to address the delicate matter of the President election and the party leadership for the immediate future. The ALDE Party Bureau would like to make a proposal to you, which we hope you can all support. We too feel it is too soon to elect a new President during this Congress, but we also need to ensure that the ALDE Party has a leadership in place to continue the important work of hands whom we all miss. We have heard the wishes raised by a number of member parties, and we agree with them. This is why the Bureau is making a proposal to postpone the election of the President